Hey guys, first things first, I want to explain what you're going to be looking at. So, I was working the local race hare scramble series that we have, Great Plains Cross Country, and they separate the A's and the B's. So, right now you're watching the local pros start, and I swept the first hour and a half and threw the bike on the charger. If you are keen-eyed, you'd notice that it is at 55%. And these are the local pros taking off. I kind of filed in because I'm wearing a vest, and I'm not trying to be in anybody's way. But so you're gonna see just kind of clips, because sometimes, like, if somebody caught me, I'll pull out of the way and file in. But I am actually kind of pretty proud of this footage, I guess. I feel like I rode pretty well. Been racing GNCC, and I raced NEPG last year on the Stark, and I kind of have to meter myself and ride at a reserved pace so I can get the range. So I haven't actually been able to just open it up, just see what I can do, see what the bike can do, and just go. So this was an opportunity for me to stretch my legs and go, and it went pretty well. I was actually pretty happy. I had already rode for about 2 hours at this point where you're watching, and I wasn't too fatigued, but it was there. You could tell some of these guys were fresh, and there were parts where I'm making little mistakes and missing a line, things like that. But what I am here talking to you about, though, is I wanted to talk to you about how bad the range can be on this bike. It's an amazing bike. I don't want to preface this in a way that I'm trying to scare you away from riding it or buying it, but it's not ready. It's not ready for hare scrambles. It's not ready for fast stuff. Anything that you're going to be high load. Moto is different because the races are so much shorter that, if you're a pro on moto, you might only be able to do a 30-minute moto. But on hare scrambles, I'm considering myself in this video to be a fast open local level and a mid to slow local pro level. Some of these guys are, very good. They can top 5, top 10 overall local races, and they do it very consistently. So obviously that pace is a bar. It is a level that you can expect, and I was not getting great range. I'm already at 48%, and I'll skip the hem and hawing, and I'll just explain it to you in a simple way. I was on par to get only about 50 to 55 minutes of range and only about 22 miles of range. Now that is factoring that if the bike was completely charged and I ran it to zero, which you almost would never do because about 5%, it kicks so far down into power savings that it's actually hard to ride. To explain the conditions and the power modes and things like that. So the terrain was very sandy, and where it was not sandy, it was very deep, loamy red dirt. There were only a couple of mud spots. The amount of moisture that we had was almost perfect. I don't think the conditions here could have been any better. It did get whooped out. It did have some ruts. For the bike itself, I'm running a brand new set of Nitro Moose bibs and a brand new set of AT82 tires in the soft configuration. I'm running a custom map where down low it rides like a 35 horsepower, and then as it feeds up through the power, it ramps up to 55 horsepower. So once you get about halfway up, it kicks up into about what would be equal to a 55 horsepower map. And I'm coming to find that I like that a lot because it's not too hefty. Just the standard 55 horsepower map is actually too aggressive down low, in my opinion, and I don't have the throttle control that I feel is necessary in these kind of conditions to get steady traction. It's not like I can't ride it, but I'm spinning too much. I'm putting too much down, and I'm struggling for traction. And also it doesn't wear me out as much. It's like saying I get to ride a 250 down low, but then it opens up like 350 up top. And really 55 horsepower actually pulls pretty much even with a stock 450. But other than that, the conditions were almost ideal to just be close to the worst case scenario. It's a high load. It was actually pretty fast. There was a fair bit of spinning, and there was just a ton of just heavy throttle. A lot of the turns had good corner speed. I kind of was getting tired and I was over braking. I've never really noticed a major difference when it comes to range, when it comes to the engine regen. I really prefer about 15 to 25% depending on the conditions. If it's sandy and slick, I prefer 15%. If it's good meaty traction like this, I'll enjoy 25%. Anything more than that, I don't like it because it chops down and it doesn't coast as well as I like it to, which you could say in response to that is I should just be on the gas if I'm trying to coast. But anything above about 40, it dives the front end. It's really, really aggressive on the engine regen. And I've tried high regen, and I haven't noticed any range difference. What I've actually noticed better range difference is a lower regen and just carrying good corner speed. Now, the way I'm riding in this video, it's out the window because where I'm trying to carry corner speed, I'm just, wide open throttle as soon as I can apply that much throttle. And it's a little disappointing. Obviously, I'm still chasing this GNCC series. Next year, probably what I'm going to do is kind of something similar to this. I'm going to support this local series, and I'm going to try to be an ambassador for NEPG to create a e-bike class, and I'm going to support my wife to race it. These bikes just aren't ready yet. I'm going to get what I can get out of them for GNCC, but I'm just a hair above the pace that I can do 2-hour hare scrambles. It's not there yet. If you're a B rider, it's golden. I swept the B course before this race, and I was on pace to get about 38 miles, and I did the entire hour and a half, and I pulled off before checkered because I was about halfway through the lap, and I pulled off because I wanted to get the bike on the charger. But I rode for an hour and a half, and I still had about 20% range left. So at a B pace, it's still viable. But I mean, if you were anywhere considered an A open, or I mean, maybe if you're an A vet and you're okay with possibly not completing the race, that way you can ride the e-bike, because it is an amazing bike. It steers great, it rides great, it's easy to ride. I've always had a little bit of a disparity when it came to riding, especially two-strokes, but when it came to riding 250s, I was too lazy with shifting. Like stuff like this, I mean, you'd just be, second, third, fourth, second, third, second, third, second, third, fourth, and I got really lazy with it, and I'd end up, a lap or two in, and I'd be like, well, third's fine, and then I'd get to a fast section, and I would never shift up, and my average speed is so much higher on the Stark that that's where a lot of my speed is getting made up, and I'm not exhausting myself trying to work the clutch and everything. And the handbrake, it's not as strong as a foot brake, but it allows you with a lot of finesse and a lot of control. And I'm very happy with the bike. It's just I need you guys to know it's not really ready for hare scrambles. The enduros, and especially sprint enduros, if it's an opportunity for you to plug it in to a generator anytime you're taking a break, that's still perfectly viable. Some of the enduros, like on a gas stop, I can plug it in. I did an enduro down in Texas, and I was on pace to get about 35 miles. I wasn't riding as fast or as hard as I am here, and that being said, some of the transfers, you can ride at a relaxed pace on the transfers, but you still have to charge the bike, which is another reason why you have to pretty much gauge when it comes to racing where your range is. You need to predict that be the end of the race. And I mean, if you plug it in, I mean, you're only getting 1 to 1.5% a minute. So I mean, even if you plug it in 10 minutes, you're only getting 10%, and that's that's cost you your race. And you for a couple $1,000s, you can go buy a battery. But if you have 2 people, it takes you 3 to 5 minutes to swap a battery. And I mean, that's 2 or 3 times what a bad gas stop would be for somebody else. So it's, in my opinion, I can't recommend that to other people. And I just wanted to take a second to kind of chime in for you guys. I wanted to give you a worst case scenario because I feel like everyone out there is telling you, sunshines and daisies and telling you this bike's amazing, and I do truly believe it's amazing, and I do truly believe it's for a lot of people. But if you're fast, I mean, this is a plus one. Like, you have a 300 in the garage, or you get a 350 in the garage, and you bought this bike to put time in, to have fun. I mean, the couple of guys that I know that are like a local pro level or a open level AA guys, like, if they have this bike, they got it because it's fun, and they ride it on Wednesday when they're just putting time in and they don't want to put a ton of time on the other bikes, because this bike doesn't have any maintenance. I mean, it has a small amount of oil, and it is practically maintenance free. So I hope you guys enjoy the footage. I had a lot of fun riding this. It was really fun. It's actually not the kind of racing that I'm good at. I'm very timid on a lot of this fast stuff, and especially sand. I'm very timid on sand, because when you get the front end diving, it knocks me out of my flow. So I appreciate you guys. I really, if you ever need anything when it comes to questions, I'm pretty active in the comments. If you like and subscribe, mean the world to me. I'm just a nobody. I'm just a dude. I'm out here playing, having fun, and just recording the content while I'm out there doing it. But appreciate you guys, and hope you enjoy the rest of this footage. See ya.